Good morning, Switch community. I thought I would get in a quick garden tour this morning. Let's take an overview of it. Alright, so if you remember, we have two sides that are the same. We have okra, corn, and sunflowers. They all seem to be doing really well on this side, as well as this side over here. Sweet potatoes, still doing pretty well. Fingers crossed they will continue to do so. This bed, that all the green you see there, that's okra, different varieties than what's planted on the other side. We've also put some corn in here. No, not corn, carrots. So I see one carrot. That's about, oh, there we go. There are a couple other carrots, so that's good. We're actually going to get some carrots, which is exciting. For some reason, struggling with carrots this year. Another sweet potato bed. Again, looking good. Excited about that. And we have a sunflower, some ground cover. This is the first green bean bed. And we have the second green bean bed. Another bed of beans over there. Some green, that's a mixed bed. And then in the very back there, those are pole beans, green beans. Probably need to get something in the middle there, or some kind of structure in there for them to crawl. Various melons through here. These are Kokosi melons, chamomile. This is the nasturtium. This one is probably the most prolific. I've even been transplanting some of the sprouts and eating a lot from this particular bed. The peas are doing well. These are the blue shilling peas. The peas are just as beautiful as the flowers. We also have some other peas down through there. Moving on over here, we transplanted some Azoichka suckers. They're doing well. Peppers are doing well. The borage has started to bloom and flower, at least in this bed anyway, which is exciting. Pepper plant over there is flowering. This bed's just a variety of stuff. Some things came up after we planted, which is also fine. So we have some flowers mixed in. We have some herbs mixed in. That's triple curled parsley. I think there might even be a beet down there. And then this is the beet bed. Plus there's one pepper in here. They have really enjoyed the cooler temperatures and the rain. So excited to be harvesting them soon. I have been harvesting them little by little to thin it out. We look like we're actually going to get a good harvest in here. This beet bed looking great. We have a lot over here flowering and going to seed. So we have chard, like Swiss chard, different colored kinds of chard, kale, and Brussels sprouts. We also have coriander or cilantro flowering and ready for it to go to seed. The lavender is flowering, thyme is flowering. We have more beets here, we have lettuce here. We also have more nasturtium. This bed has a couple things in it. A lot of seeds didn't come up. Well, I think the seeds did. I just think a critter got in here and messed around. Those are aroma tomato. And then there is also a cucumber. Another tomato, cucumber in the pot, rose that I propagated a couple years ago that's outgrowing its container. I'm pretty sure that needs to get into the ground here soon. We have more lavender flowering. One of our candy cane peppers has actually a couple peppers on it. They're not going to get much bigger than that, but the plant itself looks pretty rugged. I think the slugs have been out here enjoying themselves. Basil and another candy cane pepper. We also have our Azoichka tomatoes. They're already producing for us, which is good. And then we have our purple trifle, and saying that incorrectly, I know. Our strawberry plants are doing well. Need to pick some of these strawberries that are on here. So the red rocks are in here to help deter the birds, which I believe is actually working. However, the slugs are also eating all of our strawberries. As long as we can get a few, we don't mind sharing. Blueberry plants are looking good. This one is actually producing beautifully. Love it. Hopefully we can get some of these too before the birds. Cabbage flowering, going to seed. We planted cucumbers and carrots in this bed. However, I'm not seeing anything coming up that resembles a cucumber or a carrot. Vintage wine tomatoes. These are rogue squash. I'm going to have to cut them back or pull them up because I'm not wanting them to harm our peppers in here. And I really want some Carolina Reapers. These two are looking pretty good. This one over here looking sad, but still okay. I just want it to be thriving. Again, more cilantro. We have borage over there. It looks like it's getting ready to flower. Dandelion patch is doing amazing. These are the potatoes, also flowering, looking good. Alright, tomatoes here. Brandywine tomatoes. I did stake a lot of these up. However, looks like I need to stake that one a little bit more. All the rain, they've been growing quite a bit. Looks like there's another rogue squash of some sort in here. That's borage. Some basil back here. Basil here. There's a pepper there. These tomatoes are aroma tomatoes. More cilantro. Another pepper. Onion bed looking really good. I dug some of them up and cut off some of the scapes. They were really good in a little dish I threw together. These are tomatoes. They should be red cherry tomatoes. That's the plant we had here last year, and they just came back on their own, so that patch should also be the same. Radishes flowering, looking for seeds here soon. Also have some hot peppers back here. Again, they're not looking great. I'm pretty sure the slugs are getting them too. Carrots going to seed. That pineapple is looking a lot better than it was looking last week. Some flowers and ground cover. There's some peppers up along the bed frame there. This area of sunflowers right through here, just a mix of sunflowers. I don't even remember what was planted in that particular area. Sunflowers are not one of the things I plant, so I think we just put a variety there. And again, okra, carrots, sunflowers, same here as on the other side. Right here, the Egyptian walking onions. They are really enjoying this spot, but clearly they're getting morning, afternoon, and evening sun, so they look really happy. These are giant pumpkins. I think 4 were planted, 2 of them made it. There's nasturtium back there, a couple plants of those. Some weeds in between there. I planted carrots here, but I see no carrots. This is a potted pepper plant that, well, actually 3 that I overwintered, and it's really loaded with peppers. The big one is anyway. So excited about that. Looks like in this mixed pot we have an onion, a tomato, and some carrots. More Egyptian walking onions. They are also seeming to enjoy their area over here. We have some lavender. Planted some flowers. We have celery here. Most all the way through here we have celery. Put a pepper plant over there. A couple garlic plants left. These should be zucchini. I just trimmed down the mint. This was completely full. I trimmed it back a little bit, not completely because I wanted to keep shade on the lettuce and beets over here. They get a lot of shade from the trees, but that was also shading them. And, you know, to prolong the lettuce, I left quite a bit of it there. Here we have chard, more chard going to seed, some flowers, a little container of lettuce that was actually in the basement. Brought it out when the weather warmed up, just keeping it in the shade, and it is still producing. Cabbage over here, looking pretty good. A couple nasturtium that I am attempting to propagate over here. Brussels sprout fell over, but what I think is interesting is it's shooting stuff out of the bend. More tomato suckers, pepper plant, flowering really well. No peppers on this one yet. This was also an overwintered pepper plant. And this is the goji berry. I thought for sure this goji berry was gone, but it looks like it's a fighter. That's actually 2 or 3 times the growth it had just 4 days ago, so I'm really excited about that. Bee balm, and this is a wild black raspberry bush that was propagated, and it is also seemingly enjoying life over here. I set up this little bench, put in nasturtium, some other flowers over here, and of course put some melons. A little bit of mint, spider plant, mini nasturtium, another spider plant. My goal here was to give our neighbors something great or decent to look at besides a trash can. Pear trees really look healthy this year. They are just loaded with pears. It's quite substantial. They have not looked this good in years. The cicadas tore these pear plants up a couple years ago, but they are really looking healthy, and they really have quite a few pears on them. Very excited about that. I also brought some more of my plants from the house and outside just to get some sun, rinse them off. Right, snake plants that I'm going to be splitting. Spider plant. Hibiscus. And some other things I'm playing with and propagating. Rosemary. This is the front bed. We always have these tomatoes come up. They're like yellow cherry tomatoes, so we just leave them and let them grow up over the porch. These are black-eyed Susans. More thyme out here. Oregano, which the oregano looks like it's starting to flower too. So I'm going to cut those off so that it doesn't completely go to flowering. More rosemary. We also have some more Egyptian walking onions out here. I think those are Japanese lilies. All right, Switch community, thanks for the tour this morning. Remember to like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on our page. Have a great day. Happy gardening.